Hey everyone, so today we're going to be learning how to play Over the Rainbow, and I'm going to go over the basics of the chords and how to play through the song, but then also give you some ideas on how to do the arrangements differently, the difference between arrangement and playing just the melody and playing like a full-on solo, and a couple of tricks to recording this. So when I record it, I've already recorded it. I haven't put it all together, but it's going to be multiple instruments, multiple parts. Like I'm going to be strumming, and then I'm also going to be doing. And I'm going to show you an easy way that you can put that together, because if you don't have certain things in place, it's going to be super difficult to do that. So let's jump into it. The chords. Now this doesn't have like a straight up chord pattern like 1 4 5 4 or whatever. It's but it is chords on every measure. So the first measure, somewhere, is just C. Somewhere. And then next measure, E minor. Over the rainbow. F. Way up. C high. Back to F. There's a C, land that I heard of. G, once in a lullaby. Back to C. That repeats again, and then it has like this bridge part where it's C. Someday I'll wish upon a star. F, and wake up with the clouds afar. A minor, behind me. C, where troubles melt like lemon drops. And then it jumps out of the key. Normally you'd have a D minor, but they put in a D major. Away above the chimney tops. E minor, that's where you'll... And then it goes to a D minor, so you're back to the original key. Find me. And then back to the normal somewhere, the rest of the song. So that one little bridge section is a bit different, and you're going to have to deal with that with different instruments in a couple of different ways. So I have the practice version. I have a couple of different versions out there. I have the regular one in C, and then I have one that's C without everything over middle C. So it doesn't, here we go, boom, A a few times, B a few times, which is all lower than middle C. So a recorder can't hit that, an Ocarina can't hit that, and most Kalimbas can't hit that either. So I have a version that does some variations for you. What it does is, it goes, so, somewhere over the rainbow, up high. And then instead of going there's a, you just stay on that there's a, so there's a land that I heard of once, and instead of going once in a lullaby, you're gonna go once in a lullaby. And we have that in those practice files that I already put out there. So if you're one of those instruments and you like that variation, because that's just a variation I put in there, practice with that, and that will be pretty easy for you. So the other thing that we have is this D sharp. So not D sharp, D major chord, which has an F sharp in it. So a recorder can hit that, a ocarina can hit that, but you can't have an F, which we do have in the song, and an F sharp on a kalimba typically. So what we're going to do is just hit that A. So we have, it starts out with someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up with the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, way above the chimney tops. And that F sharp, like I said, the some of the instruments can't hit. So you could just hit that A. So where true balls smell like lemon tops, away above the chimney tops, that's where you're from. I'm not sure where it goes right there on guitar. But you would just hit that A and keep going with that. That's just another variation you can do, but it works out fine that way. So if you've been practicing along with the practice files that I put out there, you may find it very different when you're actually playing with other people. And that's because you don't always have that melody and chords to play with. Typically when you're playing, you're either playing melody, the arrangement, or a solo, which is all of it together. Now I've talked a little bit about doing solo stuff before, and obviously the melody is simple, but what we want to look at is what you're doing with the arrangement. Now, pianists are often the worst offenders of this. They'll play a piano solo and expect other instruments to play with them or other people to sing with them. And you really don't necessarily want to play the melody if you're playing the arrangement, because people will sing it differently. If you, if I was playing that, what I was just playing before, someday I'll wish upon a star and wait. Someday I'll wish upon a star. And the singer doesn't want to sing it exactly like that. They may sing it, someday I'll wish upon a star. And if you're going on exactly how it's written, it's not necessarily going to work out really well together. But if you're just playing the normal rhythm, today I wish upon a star, and it's going to sound fine, and they can kind of do their thing, and more people can add to it in that way. So make sure if you're playing the arrangement and you're not playing the solo and you're not necessarily playing the melody, that you don't take over other people's parts when you're playing together. So you're going to see how these work together in the video that I'm going to put out. And I kind of want to show you how to do that. So if you're going to put different instruments together and you're recording them yourself, or different parts, like I wanted to play somewhere, and I also want to play, and if I just record myself playing this, and then I try to go and record the next one, I'm going to probably be off just a little bit, and that's going to make a huge difference, especially if you're doing multiple layers. So the first thing I always do is I like the app Guitar Tuna, and one of the things it has is a metronome tool you can put on there. So I just put the metronome on, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I would sing along with it. So somewhere over the rainbow. Doesn't matter how it is. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be consistent, because you're going to record that, and you're going to record it as a bass track, and you're going to get rid of it at the end. So what I do is I record that on, you could use your phone, anything that you can plug in some headphones with. So I record it on something like this. It is a cheap little $20 Sony recorder. And then what you do is you play it back, but you play it with headphones. So here I have this recorded. Okay, so now I have that click track. I listen to it with my headphones, and then I play along, and I make sure when when it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 beforehand, I either do 1, 2, 3, 4, or I say it out loud so that I can throw it on the computer and match all of those up, and they'll actually be right in sync with the other ones. So before I learned how to do that, that was just super confusing and hard to actually get all the tracks to fit together, because no matter how consistent you may think you are, if you don't have that click track and metronome in the background, it's super difficult to get everything to line up. So that's my suggestion with if you're ever doing that. The program that I use is Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop, or Adobe Premiere, which is like the base version of Adobe. It's like $100 for both of them, and it's the best probably basic package for you to just line up different layers and have them play together. So I hope you're enjoying this. Once again, do your best at practicing this and learning it, and if you can post it at the end of the month, we have hashtag Udemy recital for April. Yeah, April. You guys are doing great, and have a great month.